He'll get you like he did the Beatles.
Yep.
Right? They was raised with that in their head, implanted in their head that don't say his name. Even though that's not what it means. Y'all see that? But it got implanted in them because he set that example with them. Titanic? Oh, we built a ship even God couldn't sink.
It's true.
Say again? Where your ship at? Why? He set an example for the whole world. He used the biggest ship ever created and sunk it. Y'all see that? Why? Because don't tell me I can't do something. I'm God.
Thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go. Go tomorrow about this time, not been in Egypt since the foundations thereof, even until now. Send therefore now, and gather thy cattle, and all that thou hast in the field. For upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field, and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them.
So this is to mock Tefnut. Tefnut is a deity of moisture, moist air, dew, and rain in ancient Egyptian religion. She is the sister and consort of the air god Shu and the mother of Geb and Nut. Geb and Nut can also be found under the title of autofellatio, which is when a man does things to himself with his mouth.
Whoa.
Those are the only gods mentioned. They're not mentioning Christ. See, that's what the Egyptologists won't tell you when they read their little Zeitgeist report and tell you Horus and Christ are the same person. Well, why don't you talk about these other ones? That how none of these are mentioned in the Bible. How we don't deal with none of these gods in the Bible. How this story isn't replicated anywhere in the Bible. That Geb and Nut. Why don't you talk about them? And Atum. These guys always run around fellatiating themselves. See that? They won't talk about these gods because they know that their argument won't hold weight. All right. But Tefnut with Shu and Geb were the gods of the air. The air god Shu and the mother of Geb and Nut. So these gods they had for the weather. So the Most High hit them with some weather. All right. Let's see if your weather god saved you. Let's check these gods off the list. Let's see which one's going to stand up to me. Did your frog god save you? Nope. Did your fly god save you? Nope. Did your insect god save you? Nope. Did your let's see if your health gods save you. Your medical gods save you. Nope. Right? And now we get into the weather gods. Let's see if your weather gods save you. You got a lot of gods to choose from, so somebody got to be helping y'all, right? He's showing them, look, he made you. He made them the power. Remember, the powers that be are ordained by the Most High, right? Okay. So he's showing the whole world, look, not only did Egypt come up by my power, they're going to be brought down by my power. And by nothing else. It ain't going to be no Geb. That's what he's talking about when he's saying, I am God and there is none other beside me. He ain't talking about Christ. He's talking about this stuff right here.
Right.
How they got every time I type in a different topic, they got a whole nother God with a whole nother name. And then none of these gods save me. This is how I deal with Egyptologists. I'd be like, okay, how many gods did y'all have? Did any of them save you? I mean, if you supposedly descended from an Egyptian god or whatever, then why the hell would you descend from slaves to? Your gods didn't save you. See that? Let's go back. Where we at?
In verse 19. And they shall die.
So y'all getting to see all these gods that the Most High is just clowning right to their face. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 20. He that feareth the word of the Most High among the servants of Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses. And he that regarded not the word of the Most High left his servants and his cattle in the field.
So yeah, were there Egyptians that traded over? Were there Egyptians that got converted by what they were seeing? Hell yeah. Is it going to be that way today? Or are you going to be, only Israelites are going to be in the kingdom? Only black people are on the chart. Only Mexicans are the Israelites. Nah, you got converts all the way back to ancient Egypt. Some of them came out of Egypt with us and became Israelites, became known as Israelites. What you gonna say? See that? Your job is just to spread the word and let them hear it. Read on.
And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch forth thy hand toward heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man, and upon beast, and upon every herb of the field, throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran up along upon the ground. And the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt, since it became a nation.
No, you got to think of the miracle of that. Like, okay, hail usually comes with what?
Rain
Okay, and how does fire react to rain?
gets put out.
Usually gets put out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now you got hail, the rain coming down, and then fire. That stuff is starting the fire.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't a miracle to you? Hey, magicians of Egypt, you do that.
Bro, that's out of my power.
Make water start a fire.
Oh, there was actually, I think it was during the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually, they called it fire rain or something like that, fire water. Whenever they had to war with other nations, that they had a chemical that actually ignited with fire, and it burned up these ships and stuff like that. Every time they pour water on it, it actually inflamed more.
You can watch some Game of Thrones, huh?
No, this is look it up. But whenever they died off, the whole, it was like wiped out. No one ever took that. They took that secret with them when they died.
Yeah.
You know, so I forget what I gotta look it up again. It's called like fire water or something like that. But I was looking at the history of Vikings and something like that, and they were showing about that.
No, I heard about that when
Right.
we had to do it in high school for like Beowulf. We had to read Beowulf and all that other like literature from the Vikings and all that
Right.
stuff. But yeah, they did. They had that where they poured on the water.
Mhm.
Ships would come. They send a flaming arrow over there, and then everything's on fire.
Right.
So they try to imitate it, but the Most High made this rain from heaven.
Con.
You know what I mean? He didn't have to have no additives or nothing. This came from heaven as rain, and when it hit the ground, it would catch fire. It came from the sky as a ball of ice, and when it would hit the ground, it would turn into fire, and the ground would catch fire. Come on, man. I was like, I pour this out, and it. Nah, that ain't gonna happen, right? That's water. So these are miracles, man. The Most High was showing His power. You can't do what I do. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt.
Not us, just the land of Egypt. Go ahead.
All that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field.
So whatever the locusts or whatever the flies and the lice didn't eat, whatever the dead cattle, you know what I mean, whatever they didn't defile, whatever was left was now getting hit by hail and fire. So, oh, you gonna be a vegetarian? Cool. Let's send big ass hailstones to damage your crops
Con.
and burn it down. Go ahead.
Verse 26. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. And Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron, and said unto them,
So Goshen, Gawashan, or Gashan, means drawing near. A region in northern Egypt, east of the lower Nile, where the children of Israel lived from the time of Joseph to the time of Moses. A region in northern Egypt. So all the land of Egypt was getting hit with this, but this one little nation, this one little city, in Egypt didn't get hit with none of this. Yeah, that's a miracle. Go ahead.
I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Entreat the Most High, for it is enough that there be no more mighty thundering and hail. And I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer.
See that? So you can't sleep because the damn frogs and the lice and you itching and you got boils all over your body and nobody can cure you. Then, well, you know what I mean? It's thundering all day and night. Y'all see that? What does thunder usually do to little kids? Scare the hell out of them. Then what they do? Come bother you, right? So you already picking the boils off. You're already trying to get the flies out your soup, right? And now here comes your kids bothering you. Daddy, I'm scared. It's like this thunder. Go back to sleep. I want to hear you. Now they hate you, right? They give you the sad face. I need that dude, right? So now you got family problems. You got physical problems. Your mind is like, there ain't nothing you can do about it. You're helpless. You're getting depression, right? That's all that's coming from this. Remember, he said, I'm messing with your heart too. Tell me the Most High ain't black. What did Mike Tyson say when he was fighting? Y'all remember Mike Tyson's speeches? I want to eat his heart, right? Mike Tyson was vicious, man. I want to eat his children. Like, wow. Honest. You know what I mean?
A different quote came to my head.
Yeah, but this dude was, he was a murderer, man. But like when he knew when he had the power to do it, he said it. That's how black men talk. Y'all see that? This is how the Most High talk, man. Look, I got the power to do it, and I'm gonna do it. He tell you before he do it, while he's doing it, and then after he did it. Y'all see that? White people, I ain't gonna say I told you so. Most High be like, I told you so. I'm telling you. I told you. Right? All in your face. Go ahead.
Verse 29. And Moses said unto him, as soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto the Most High, and the thunder shall cease, neither shall there be any more hail, that thou mayest know how that the earth is the Most High.
See that? Yo, you think you're the sun god? I own the whole earth and everything in it. I control this. Y'all see that? Training day on. You know what I mean? I rushed in here. Y'all just live here. Right? Tell me the Most High ain't black.
Pharaoh and his guys ain't got on me.
Right? Go ahead.
Verse 30. But as for thee and thy servants, I know that ye will not fear. I know that ye will not yet fear the Lord God. And the flax and the barley was smitten, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was boiled.
He mentioned those two crops specifically because at this point the other crops weren't in season yet. So he hit them, the flax and the barley. He hit them then, right? Then he sent another plague to wipe out what grew after that.
Wow.
He just got the flax and the barley. Okay, we can't make beer. Big deal. That was a big deal in Egypt. Beer, sourdough bread. Use flax and barley. Okay, well, I guess we ain't eating meat and we won't be eating bread. Okay, big deal. Okay. That was just the stuff that had just grown right now. So he's also telling you about the season it was. All right? This is about springtime when he started destroying the ass. So the time when they were supposed to have growth in springtime, they was getting death and destruction. Y'all see this? Go ahead.
But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up.
See that? So when the wheat come up and you think that's going to save you, I'm going to take that too. Tell your weather gods to fix that. Go ahead.
Verse 33. And Moses went out of the city from Pharaoh, and spread abroad his hands unto the Lord. And the thunders and hail ceased, and the rain was not poured upon the earth. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more, and hardened his heart, he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let the children of Israel go.
Oh, that's just a coincidence. He's been studying the weather patterns. He knew that was going to happen. You know what I mean? He's an ultimate meteorologist, right? And he knew that was going to happen, so that's how he did that. Okay, but how did he make it stop? So you got to think about that. Oh, he knew it wasn't going to last that long. He looked at the clouds or something. You know how them Hebrews are. They know all that stuff. He got his heart hardened, man. Go ahead.
As the Lord had said. As the Lord had spoken by Moses, we're gonna jump to Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 25. Ezekiel 28 and 25. Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 25. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathen, then...
This was the Most High sanctifying himself in the sight of them and the heathen. That was the point of it. All right? So the question you're asking is basically the theme of the reading. All right? So that's why I didn't want to give it all the way at once, but the whole point was that he was going to make sure that Israel knew his name and the nations knew his name. All right? Killing two birds with one stone. Go ahead.
Then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob. Verse 26. And they shall dwell safely therein, and shall build houses and plant vineyards. Yea, they shall dwell with confidence when I have executed judgments upon all those that despise them round about them. And they shall know that I am the Lord their power.
Now, look at it, Israel, especially y'all online, because y'all got to tell y'all friends. This scripture right here is showing you it's the Most High. Because look, COVID came through, right? What did they have to do with COVID? What happened with COVID? Well, the Negroes ain't really getting it. They had to push it on the news and everything and say that it was us getting it.
Yeah,
that we were more susceptible, but
it's true.
I went around COVID patients and damn near coughed in my face and didn't catch it. You know what I mean? I caught it before it became COVID-19 and I didn't die from it. Y'all see that? We ain't dying from it like they are. It ain't killing us. Most of the diseases, AIDS, and they try to flood the neighborhoods with AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, herpes, didn't kill us. We built up immunities to it. The cure for cancer, the treatments for cancer are derived from a black woman, from a Judite woman. They got her cell. I forgot what they called it. They like the eternity cell or something like that. But basically, her cell is immune to cancer. So they're they were getting in the uproar because they never gifted her family because they were experimenting on her. Found out one of her cells was not susceptible to cancer. Damn. And they replicated that cell and cloned that cell so that they can develop more treatments and things for cancer. But it was a Judite woman. They can't even kill us with that. See, our bodies are made to fight those diseases and everything. And fight pestilence and fight plague and the heat of the burning sun and everything like that. Our bodies are made for this planet. Y'all see that? Theirs ain't. But as you look and see all these little pestilences come along, know that the Most High is trying to show you, I'm with you. Right. Look how the news is even telling you it ain't touching you. Y'all see that? It's crazy. Ebola, right? They try to blame it on Africans, but then come to find out they were down there. White man was down there experimenting in Africa, made Ebola. Yep. Down there experimenting in Africa, made AIDS, right? Yep. That came from them, but it couldn't touch us. It couldn't kill us. How do we know? Magic Johnson, right? Magic got HIV and beat that. Like, damn. They can't kill us with nothing. They can't nuke us because we live with them. We in all their damn neighborhoods. So they tried the germ warfare, and then next thing you know, damn it, Becky, why do you gotta only have this lust and fetish for black men? Now you got all the stuff we gave them.
And you giving it to us.
Right, and you went and slept with Timmy next door. Now he got it. And Timmy sleeps with his own mother, so she got it. And her mother sleeps with everybody on the block, so they got it.
It's cold.
It backfires when they try to mess with us. That's the Most High showing you exactly what he said right here. They shall dwell safely therein, and shall build houses and plant vineyards. Yea, they shall dwell with confidence. This is our confidence, man, that the Most High is with us. You can't see him, so you lose faith. You can't hear him talking to you, so you lose faith. But look at the things he's doing to these nations, and what he's not doing to you. You living through Hurricane Ike, Hurricane so-and-so, right? Elion, and what all the damn hurricane names that they gave, right? You living through all them damn hurricanes, and you ain't even got a tarp on your house. But you walk down the neighborhood, blue tarps everywhere, roofs been ripped off, and children thrown into another state somewhere. They crying and everything, and you going home, garage door pop up, your garage door opener still work. You know what I mean? Your TV good, you still got electricity. And they in there crying because their little Timmy got blown into Louisiana somewhere. Head first into a tree. And they don't know what to do. Right? But it ain't happening to you. Y'all see this? Jeff Bezos. His girlfriend is over there slobbering on another dude right in front of him. And your wife's still in the house.
It's true.
Jeff Bezos got billions of dollars, could gift her with an entire island if he wanted to. Could gift her with the whole damn country if he wanted to. Here you go, babe. I signed it over in your name. I love you. Right? You can't buy your wife a 14-karat gold-plated chain. But she's still in the house with you. And Jeff Bezos' girl is trying to jump on Leo DiCaprio. Why is that? Because these plagues ain't gonna touch you.
Right.
When you dwell with the knowledge and wisdom of the Most High, when you do His will, it ain't gonna touch you. Y'all see that? Was that it?
And they shall know that I am the Lord their power.
God.
Chapter 29, verse 1. In the 10th year, in the 10th month, in the 12th day of the month, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and prophesy against him, and against all Egypt. Speak and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, the great dragon that lieth in the midst of his rivers.
So the reason I was bringing out the name of Pharaoh as being different, why it's just a title, because Pariah, it just means great house. He's not talking to the king of Egypt now in this scripture. Where's the king of Egypt now? That king ain't oppressing us. He ain't oppressing nobody. Egypt is damn near a third world country.
Right.
So why would he be speaking to them in the future tense? He's not speaking to them. He's saying, speak to the great house, that big house that was like Egypt. And Pharaoh, king of Egypt, right? So Pariah means great house, and Egypt is Matazarium, which means double straits. Double straits means you in danger no matter what happens. You in double danger. You black in the wrong neighborhood everywhere you go. It's dangerous everywhere, right? A country at the north end, blah, 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 the inhabitants and natives, right? Let's see. But yeah, that's what it means. It means double straits, double danger. So he's not talking to ancient Egypt that he was dealing with in Exodus. He destroyed them. He's dealing with the new Egypt when you get to Ezekiel.
Right.
You understand? He's dealing with the new great house that has us in double straits, has us in double danger. All right? So what you're reading here is what he's speaking to America. Read on.
My river No, the great dragon that lieth in the midst of the rivers, which has said, My river is mine own, and I have made it for myself.
See, the great dragon.
Right.
The one where the great red dragon lives. The great Edomite dragon. He wasn't around in ancient Egypt. He wouldn't have lived in ancient Egypt. He would have been boiled up in the sun in ancient Egypt. So who's he talking to? He's talking to that great red dragon now. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But I will put hooks in thy jaws, and I will cause the fish of thy rivers to stick unto thy scales. And I will bring thee up out of the midst of thy rivers, and all the fish of thy rivers shall stick unto thy scales. And I will leave thee thrown into the wilderness, thee and all the fish of thy rivers, thou shalt fall upon the open fields.
See, those fish represent the people. All them people that stuck to you. Right? And is this not the place that welcomes every nation on the earth?
It does.
Right? Oh, you guys just bombed us. We're going to go to war with you, and then we're going to let you live in our country and go to college. What? You guys just destroyed the Twin Towers, man. We're going to go start a war with you guys, and then let you guys come over here and marry our daughters. What? Why? They're your enemies. Let them be your enemies. Tell them to stay the hell out, right?
You would think.
You would think. But this fish got all kind of, this fish got everything stuck to its scales.
Yeah.
Y'all see that? He got all the fish stuck to his scales. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not be brought together, nor gathered. I have given thee for meat to the beasts of the field, to the fowls of the heaven.
See that? He gonna let the other nations eat you up. And they do, little by little, right? China eating up America. They own more of America than America do.
It's true.
China does. They got real estate. They've been buying real estate up like Bill Gates. Alright? That's all theirs. Probably the land the White House is sitting on right now is probably China's. Y'all see that? Because he said he's going to let the beasts of the field eat you up. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And all the inhabitants of Egypt shall know that I am the Lord, because they have been a staff of reed to the house of Israel. When they took hold of thee by thy hand, thou didst break and rend all their shoulder. And when they leaned upon thee, thou breakest and madest all their loins to be at a stand.
See that? Made all their loins to be at a stand. What nation on earth is trying to sterilize people?
Damn.
What nation on earth you depend on them to help you and they don't help you? Haiti found it out, right? Haiti, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was like, yeah, we're a province of America. All them little light-skinned Puerto Ricans was acting like, I'm American. And you leaned on America, and when that hurricane came through, what happened?
Yep.
We don't recognize Puerto Rico as a part of the United States of America. They're just a province. We need help. We need you to send aid and food and everything got wiped out. Help us, America. We're Americans like you.
Damn.
Our flag's the same color. What they do? Flipped off Puerto Rico and turned the channel on your ass.
You did.
They literally did it. Like on the news, it was like, click, and now over to sports. Hey, look, all these Puerto Ricans are homeless and all their homes have got destroyed. And they're an American nation just like us. But hey, what's going on in sports, Bob?
Yep.
They literally didn't give a damn about y'all. It was not addressed in Congress, nothing. Yeah. Y'all was down there starving in Puerto Rico, dying in Puerto Rico, no good water, right? They send y'all so much as a Dasani bottle. They was like, hey, you know what? We need to give gays rights. That's what they were worried about when Puerto Rico went down, right?
Yep.
Giving homosexuals rights. Giving them more rights, making sure they get on Netflix. That's what they were worried about. Abortion, making sure abortion is legal. Sterilizing the loins. Y'all see that? Crazy, man. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will bring a sword upon thee, and cut off man and beast out of thee. And the land of Egypt shall be desolate and waste, and they shall know that I am the Lord, because he hath said, The river is mine, and I have made it.
Wow.
Verse 10. Behold, therefore I am against thee, and against thy rivers, and I will make the land of Egypt utterly waste and desolate. from the tower of Sein even unto the border of Ethiopia.
So, Sain or Sawan, right? There's different pronunciations of that. It means her veiling. So he's basically going to take the covering off America. Remember, these words, these names, they're not just towns in Egypt. What you're going to get as a definition is a town of Egypt on the frontier of Cush or Ethiopia. What you're going to get as a definition is what the function of that word is. Whoever is serving that function, whatever serves that function in this kingdom is what you need to be looking at now. So who's covering up everybody's eyes? Who's the veil?
Right.
Who's hiding the truth from everybody?
Right.
They did it with your history? Come on.
Yeah.
If they're making fake news, you think they're doing anything different with your history?
No.
You think they're telling you the truth about historical things that you can't even verify?
It's true.
Hell no, they lie about everything. So you're going to take that veil off them, man. Go ahead.
Verse 11. No foot of man shall pass through it, nor foot of beast shall pass through it.
Right, so that Sain or whatever, that represents the veil, the covering. Go ahead.
Neither shall it be inhabited 40 years. And I will make the land of Egypt desolate in the midst of the countries that are desolate, and her cities among the cities that are laid waste shall be desolate 40 years. And I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations, and will disperse them through the countries. Yet thus saith the Lord Yahweh, at the end of 40 years will I gather the Egyptians from the people, whether they were scattered. And I will bring again the captivity of Egypt, and will cause them to return into the land of Pathros, into the land of their habitation, and they shall be there a base kingdom.
See, so that's what's going to go. That's what's going to happen in the future, right? The actual Egyptians, they're going to end up being a base nation. All right, they're just going to be just a garbage nation. They're just wild little beasts. And this nation, the new Egypt, they're going to have the same fate. He's going to destroy it, and the people are going to be scattered to all the nations. They're going to be servants, base people, basic people. Y'all understand? Go ahead.
Verse 15. It shall be the basest of the kingdoms, neither shall it exalt itself any more above the nations, for I will diminish them, that they shall no more rule over the nations.
There it is. America's not going to be nothing. They're not going to be able to say they're a world superpower. They're going to be able to say they're a nation no more.
Wow.
Go ahead.
And it shall be no more the confidence of the house of Israel, which bringeth their iniquity to remembrance.
See, we're not going to be good little house niggas no more. Depending on Egypt. Depending on government welfare, government cheese. Y'all understand? We're going to take all that. All of that's going to be gone. Go ahead.
Which bringeth their iniquity to remembrance, when they shall look after them, but they shall know that I am the Lord thy God. Verse 17. And it came to pass in the 27th year, in the first month, in the first day of the month, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon, caused his army to serve a great service against Tyrus.
See where it says that I am the Lord thy God? All it says in the Hebrew, Yahweh. I am. See that? I'm going to do all this stuff to them and put them in such a condition that they're going to know he is. See that? They're going to be saying the same thing Pharaoh said at the end, right before he drowned in the Red Sea. He is. Same thing that soldier had to admit when he killed Christ. Right? Truly, this was the Son of God. He is the Son of God. He is. It's going to be the same admonition every time. He is. I am. Y'all see that? They will be saying both. Haya, Ashar, Ahaya. He is that he is. Y'all see that? That's the phrase that's used. They're referring to him. What does he say about himself? I am. Huh? Go ahead.
Every head was made bald, and every shoulder was peeled. Yet had he no wages, nor his army, for Tyrus, for the service that he had served against it.
Ezekiel 29, verse 19 through 21. Therefore, thus saith the Most High, Behold, I will give the land of Egypt unto Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon. So, some points he's talking about the present time, the present condition of actual Egypt.
Con.
And then he's also talking about the future of the people that will call themselves Egypt. All right? He's speaking twofold, as he always does. King of Babylon, and he shall take her multitude, and take her spoil, and take her prey, and it shall be the wages for his army. I have given him the land of Egypt for his labor, wherewith he served against it, because they wrought for me, saith the Most High. In that day will I cause the horn of the house of Israel to bud forth, and I will give thee the opening of the mouth in the midst of them, and they shall know that I am the Most High.
Con. Man.
There it is. See that? You represent that horn. That horn is representative of Israel, of a nation, of a position of authority. So when you see the beast that rose up and he had the 7 heads and the 10 horns in Revelations, it's not actual little spiky things coming out of their head. All right? Get your mind out of fairy tale land, out of horrible stories and stuff.
Right.
It's talking about a kingdom that has 10 positions of authority. You understand? That's showing you right there that horn represents an authority position. Luke chapter 11, verse 14. Let's go there.
Yeah.
Luke chapter 11, verse 14. Everybody there?
Con.
We'll go to verse 22. And he was casting out a devil, and it was dumb. And it came to pass, when the devil was gone out, the dumb spake, and the people wondered. But some of them said, He casteth out devils through Beelzebub, the chief of the devils. And others, tempting him, sought of him a sign from heaven. But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because you say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. See, it didn't work in Egypt. Beelzebub means Lord of the Flies. Baal Sabbath. It means Lord of the Flies. All right?
Right.
When they try to make flies themselves, did it help their kingdom out?
Nah.
It destroyed their kingdom. Right? So if Satan tries to cast out Satan with Satan, it's just going to destroy Satan.
Wow.
When the Egyptians tried to cast out flies through the Lord of the Flies, they just end up destroyed. Y'all see how it ties together?
Con.
All right. Let's see, verse 19 or
19.
Yeah, verse 19. And if I by Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your sons cast them out? Therefore shall they be your judges. So if I'm over here working for Satan to cast out the devils, then how were your sons doing it before I got here? They must be devils too. Uh-oh. See, when you point fingers, you point 3 back at yourself, right? Verse 20. But if I, with the finger of the Most High, cast out devils, no doubt the kingdom of the Most High is come upon you. See, you can't do nothing but give glory to the Most High.
Right.
Because these devils are afraid of him. They were afraid of Yahushua. So it must have been through the power of the Most High.
Con.
Let's see, verse 21. When a strong man armed keepeth his palace, his goods are in peace. But when a stronger than he shall come upon him and overcome him, he taketh from him all his armor wherein he trusted, and divided his spoils. And divided his spoil. So what he's saying is, we trust in America over here. The black man, the Hispanic man, they trust in America. They think America is the greatest nation. They come here because they want freedom and all this stuff, right? But when the Most High destroys it, when a stronger than America comes through, you ain't going to be able to do nothing else but give glory to the Most High.
Right.
Man.
You ain't going to be able to say America's the strongest nation. Oh, we still trust in America. Oh, there ain't no God. Why? Because the strongest nation on earth got taken down by something that wasn't a nation. It ain't gonna be another nation comes and wars with America and they lose. It's gonna be something where damn, America couldn't even fight that. They couldn't fight locusts. They couldn't fight water. They couldn't fight cancer. They couldn't fight COVID. A little microbe that you can't even see beat America. That's how it's gonna be. And you're gonna know that was the finger of the Most High. Let's go from there. Esther chapter 7. Esther chapter 7, verse 1. Everybody there? When you get there, say Khan. Khan. All right, Esther chapter 7, verse 1. So the king and Haman came to banquet with Esther, the queen. So you remember at this point, Mordecai told Esther, don't think you're going to be safe just because you're living up under the king. Mm-hmm. That whatever's going to happen to us is going to happen to you too. And then the Most High is going to bring deliverance from somebody else and you ain't going to get no glory. Right? In a nutshell. So where we're at right now is the Esther, she's invited Haman and the king to a banquet so she could expose Haman for what he's trying to do, what he's plotting to do to the king's lovey-dovey. All right? Because Esther, she caught the king's heart. All right? So anything she wanted, up to half of the kingdom, all she had to do was ask, and it wasn't nothing for the king to say, that's you. All right? So we're at that point where she's going to basically make her request what she wants the king to do. She wants deliverance for her people.
Right.
So Esther 7, verse 1. So the king and Haman came to banquet with Esther, the queen. And the king said again unto Esther, on the second day of the banquet, at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? So that's crazy, man, the wealth of kings. You had a banquet the first day of food, and then you had a banquet of wine the next time. Oh, we just getting together now to do wine tasting. We just gonna drink all day. This banquet is all about food, all about drinking. Yesterday was food. Today's just gonna be drink. That's how we partied back then. This ain't even a feast. This ain't even one of the feasts of the Most High. This is just how we party. Yeah, we gonna party. Oh, so we just gonna get together today? No. We gonna party on Monday with food. We gonna party with drink on Tuesday. We gonna party with. We gonna just drive cars in the traffic on Wednesday. On Thursday, we gonna do chariot races. On Friday, we gonna have the slaves fight each other. It was a different type of feast every night. That's wealth. When you say you want to party, you were setting up a whole week of different events. That was a party back then. Now you have a party, you trying to do all that stuff at once, right? Mm-hmm. Come over, we're going to watch the game, eat chicken wings, drink, and do all this all at once. Because we only got one day off, and then we got to go back to work, back to slavery.
Con.
Yeah, back then it was week-long events. Where we at, verse 2?
Con.
And the king said again unto Esther, on the second day at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to the half of the kingdom. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue. So she's like, if we had been given over into slavery, I wouldn't even be talking to you.
Right. I
wouldn't say nothing. We'd at least be alive. See that? But we got sold into our destruction. We got signed up. You signed our death warrant when you signed that petition. When you told Haman he could have what he wanted, you basically said he could kill all of us. See, she's putting the king up on what he did. Because a lot of these kings, just like the presidents here, they sign these bills into law and they don't even know what the hell they signed.
It's true.
Alright? So he had done the same thing. Where we at? Verse 4. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said, one second. Ahasuerus means I will be silent and poor. Title of the king of Persia. So when you go into the records, you're not going to see a king named Ahasuerus. You understand? When you try to look up King Ahasuerus in the Persian records, you're not going to find Ahasuerus. You're going to find the name he was given at the beginning of this book, which was Artaxerxes, or Xerxes, as you know him from the movie 300. All right. So, and that is a title in their language. That's not even an actual name. You understand? You'll see that with all royalty. Henry VIII, his name wasn't Henry VIII. His name was Henry Tudor. But when he became a king, they named him Henry VIII. Y'all see that? So you got a lot of different titles that you think are names of kings, but it was just a title of a king. The popes did the same thing. His name's not Pope Peter or Pope Paul. His name is Frank from down the damn street. But when he became a pope, they gave him a different name. Y'all see that? All right. So Ahasuerus is not the name you're going to find in the history books. It's going to be Artaxerxes. All right. So then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther, the queen, who is he and where is he that durst presume in his heart to do so? And Esther said, the adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman. Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. And the king, arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the palace garden. And Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen. For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king. So the king was like, oh hell no. Look, I gotta go. Right? He went outside. I gotta go breathe this one off before I get out of character. Right? So Haman is in there with Esther, and he's begging because he already know what she done told the king set him off. Right? So he know his life's in danger. He's like, look, please help me. Right? Let's see. So verse 8. Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine. And Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther was. Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house? So, okay, so you gonna kill all my woman's people and try to kill my woman that I love. And now you gonna try to rape her too? So he went out of his wits to where nothing was excusable. There was no rationality for that dude being in the queen's bed. Like, surely he ain't begging for his life. He trying to rape the queen now. He just jumping to all kind of conclusions. Y'all see that? So, as the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. See, when real power don't even gotta vaunt itself. It ain't even gotta be like, it ain't even gotta make orders. Right? Oh, the king's mad. Let's kill this dude that made him mad. The servants was on him. Soon as he was mad at this dude, cover his face, take him outside. Firing squad. Damn. we already know what to do. Right? Wow. You watch Batman, you watch Bruce Wayne move around. You ready to put a pen somewhere? Here come Alfred. Got a tray, a silver tray to put the king's pen on, right? He already ready. The real power don't gotta vaunt itself. Y'all see that? That's why we don't sit up here, oh, I'm General so-and-so, I'm priest so-and-so, 5,000 general whatever. We don't do that because real power don't gotta do that. Our power comes from the truth that come out of our mouth. People follow us for the truth, not for how dashing and heroic we are. You understand? Where we at? Verse 9. And Harbona, so we're going into these names again. Harbona, all right, Charabarana. ass driver.
What?
That's what it means, ass driver. He was the one that took care of the king's mules.
Okay, huh?
You think he named himself ass driver as a child? No, he didn't know his damn name. Just like when you watch the movies, right? They got so-and-so number 3 in the movie, played by Frank Wright, right? You think he wanted to be so-and-so number 3? At least just put my name as Frank Wright, you know what I mean? But that's how we name people. We call them by their title. We didn't call them by their actual name. All right? So Carbona, the ass driver, all right, verse 9, and Carbona, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold also the gallows, 50 cubits high. So we got the little ass kisser, ass driver, right? Oh, look at this! He got some nooses outside too.
Yeah.
Snitching, right? Everything turned against Haman. He said, behold, where we at? Behold also the gallows 50 cubits high. So this dude made gallows 100 feet high to hang this dude on. Overkill, right? 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman. Then the king said, hang him on that, right? Hang him thereon. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified. See,
Wow.
all this ties together because the Most High showed him his might. He's going to make the what is it called, the machinations, but the inventions turn back on them. See that? David said it. He said let their table become a snare to them. Let their snares become let's get it real quick. Let their table become a snare before them. Psalm 69:22. Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. See that? So everything they set up for their own benefit is turning against them. All those gods in Egypt that they set up bit them in the ass. Right? Oh, we're going to worship the frog god. The frogs are overtaking our country. Oh, we're going to worship the gods of insects. Oh, the insects are taking over our country. Oh, we're going to worship the weather gods. The weather done destroyed our country. Right? Everything that they put as a table before them, everything they made a feast to and a banquet to, became the trap for them. Y'all see that? And that's what the story of Esther is also giving off. Is that these nations that come against us, like Haman here, he was an Edomite. You understand? You gotta go into the research. Haman was an Edomite.
Right. Wow.
All right. Those same people worked for the Persians and Mede Empire, and then ended up working under Alexander the Greek and Philip the Macedonian and Maccabees. All right. These same people of Haman's worked for Philip the Macedonian. All right. These were Edomites.
Yeah, it says it at the end of Esther, actually.
Yeah. All right, so that's how I put it together. I'm like, damn. So we was having problems with the Edomites all the way back to Esther. All the way back with the Persians and Medes Empire, they was working hand in hand with them. So when he said in Psalms 83, they did confederate against us. Y'all see that? They did join up against us all the way back to Esther's time. And all the way up until Philip the Macedonian and Alexander the Greek's time.
Yep.
That's crazy, yeah. I'm just saying that because once you start getting into the history and studying the histories, it gets a little confusing, the timelines, but this helps you put it together. Y'all see that? Knowing what people interacted with what people and when they lived helps you put the timeline together easier in your head. So it becomes a story that you can just tell your children and tell other people when you teach. All right? But that's it for the reading, okay?
Fine.
Any questions? All right. Then we're going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the Sabbath ceremony. Thank you for joining us online. Y'all can participate in the Sabbath ceremony with us. We're all going to stand and face the east. Shalom. Rise and face Jerusalem. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hawa'ah. Hatawara.
That's blessed you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the law.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hawa'ah.
Hatawara.
Awar.
Lara'ah.
That's blessed you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the light to see.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hawa'ah.
Ha'ayim.
That's blessed you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives the ram's horn to call the people.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hawa'ah. Shaman. Zayah.
Lamashach.
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'Allah.
That's blessed you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the olive oil to anoint Israel.
All right, so after class, if y'all want to get anointed, we'll do that after the prayers. Psalms 92. It is a good thing.
It is a good thing
to give thanks unto Yahweh.
to give thanks to Yahweh.
To sing praises unto your name.
To praise unto your name.
Almost high.
Almost high.
To show forth thy loving kindness in the morning.
To show forth thy loving kindness in the morning.
And thy faithfulness every night.
And thy thankfulness every night.
Upon an instrument of 10 strings.
Upon an instrument of 10 strings.
And upon the psaltery.
And upon the psaltery.
Upon the harp with a solemn sound.
Upon the harp with a solemn sound.
For thou Yahweh.
For thou Yahweh.
Made me glad through thy work.
Has been glad through thy
I will
works.
triumph in the works of thy hand.
I will triumph in the works of thy hand.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
How great are thy works.
How great are thy
And
works.
thy thoughts are very deep.
And thy thoughts are very deep.
A brutish man knoweth not.
A brutish man knoweth not.
Neither do they fool understand it.
Neither do a fool understand this.
When the wicked
When the wicked
spring as the grass.
spring as the grass.
And when all the workers of iniquity
And when all the workers of iniquity
do flourish.
do flourish.
It is.
It is.
That they shall be destroyed forever.
And that it shall be destroyed forever.
But you, O Yahweh.
But you, O Yahweh,
are most high forevermore.
are most high forevermore.
For lo thine enemies, O Yahweh.
For lo thine enemies, O Yahweh.
For lo thine enemies shall perish.
For lo thine enemies shall perish.
All the workers of iniquity
All the workers of iniquity
shall be scattered.
shall be scattered.
But my horn
But my horn
shalt thou exalt.
shalt thou exalt.
Like the horn of a unicorn.
Like the horn of a
I
unicorn.
shall be anointed with fresh oil.
I shall be anointed with fresh oil.
Mine eye
Also
shall see my desire
shall see my desire
on my enemies.
on my enemies.
And my ears
shall
hear my desire
hear my desire
of the wicked that shall rise up against me.
of the wicked shall rise up against me.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree.
He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
Those that be planted in the house of the Most High
Those that be planted in the house of the Most High
shall flourish in the courts of our power.
shall flourish in the courts of our power.
They shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
They shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
They shall be fat and flourish.
They shall be fat and flourishing.
To show that Yahweh is upright.
To show that Yahweh is upright.
He is my rock.
He is my rock,
And there is no unrighteousness in him.
and there is no unrighteousness in him.
Psalms 133. Shayar Hama'alwa.
Shabbat.
Sha'ar.
Shayar. Shayar.
Hama'alwa.
Hama'alwa.
Ladawa.
Ladawa.
Hana.
Hana.
Latawa.
Latawa.
Wama.
Wama.
Na'ayam.
Na'ayam.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Achim.
Achim.
Gam.
Gam.
Yachad.
Yachad.
Kashaman.
Kashaman.
Latawa.
Latawa.
Al.
Al.
Hara'ash.
Hara'ash.
Yarad.
Yarad.
Al.
Al.
Hazakwan.
Hazakwan.
Zakwan.
Zakwan.
Aharon.
Aharon.
Shayarad.
Shayarad.
Alpaya.
Alpaya.
Madawat Yawan.
Madawat Yawan.
Katal.
Katal.
Karamwan.
Karamwan.
Shayarad.
Shayarad.
Al.
Al.
Hararia.
Hararia.
Tazayawan.
Tazayawan.
Kayad.
Kayad.
Sham.
Sham.
Tazawad.
Tazawad.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Af.
Af.
Habaraka.
Habaraka.
Kayayam.
Kayayam.
I.
I
will love.
I will love.
It's in Psalms 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
Show me outside.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
The yad.
The yad.
Amen. Yahweh. Bahasham. Yahushai. Barak Lanawa. Menasharala. Ahabiyah. Yahweh. Saparium. Forgive me. Right. Yahweh. Bahasham. Yahushai. Barak Lanawa. Menasharala. Ahabiyah. Saparium. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Menasharala, Ahabiyah, Saparium. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Menasharala, Ahabiyah, Saparium.
Brothers, circle up. Sisters, please be seated. Feel better. It's all about what?
Men of Israel, imagine, Barak,
Yadabata, turn to face the sisters. Sisters, please rise. Mother Shabbat. Call it.
saluting out the daughters of Zion, men of Israel, imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shemaladan, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
All right, for y'all online, we want to say shalom and join us Monday. We'll be back, Wednesday. We'll be back here. You can also watch us back on the same channel with, or on the other channel with the ISBHPK.
San Antonio?
No,
VA.
Virginia. All right, Norfolk. All right, you can watch us there, and they'll have class on Monday if they're doing it online. If not, you can come join us. We'd rather you come join us at either of the locations. And with that, we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Chilling up in the kingdom, chilling with Yahweh Shai and all the